Hello, welcome back to my MMA channel. Today we are talking about One Fight Night 8 that goes down this Friday night. It'll be more like Saturday morning if you're in the UK, but the positive thing with one event is that we can watch them on YouTube live and for free. If you're in the US, you can catch it via Prime Video, so pretty easy regardless. But yeah, looking forward to this event. If you didn't know, if you didn't catch my previous video, I cover one championship as my day job, so it makes sense to kind of talk about it here and there. If you guys want me to do a video kind of recapping the event this weekend, drop this video a like, and I'll start to do more one content if you're into it. But let's talk a little bit about this event and why I'm excited to watch the action on Friday night / Saturday morning. So the obvious thing to point out with this event is the original main event was the highly anticipated and long-awaited heavyweight showdown between Arjun Bula and Anatoly Malikin. If you keep up to date with One Championship, then you will know that Arjun Bula won the heavyweight title a long time ago, and has not defended it since. He beat Brandon Vera. I don't actually have the thing up. I believe, which was in 2021. You know what? I'm going to super quickly double check that so that I know for sure. Was it in 2021? Yeah, April. April of 2021. Hasn't fought since. In that time, Anatoly Malikin, who is a beast, if you haven't seen him fight, has got the interim title, and they were supposed to fight finally at One Fight Night 8. The fight's been postponed a few times, and it's been postponed again. So we aren't going to get it. I don't know if we're ever going to get it at this point, but hey, we might as well move on and talk about other things, because I cannot tell you how many conversations I have had about this fight, and it has not happened. Our new main event, luckily, is an absolute banger. I think one of the best striking matchups that One Championship could have made. You have got Superlek defending his Flyweight Kickboxing World Championship against Rodtang Jitmuangnon, who is attempting to become a two-sport world champion. Of course, a lot of people know him as the Flyweight Muay Thai world champion, where he's gone on a dominant run in One Championship. If you're watching this video and you haven't watched Rodtang fight, watch the end of this video, please, and then go check out Rodtang's highlights or one of his fights or something, because he is one of the most exciting fighters on the planet, regardless of martial arts discipline. You always have to tune in to watch him. And he's going for two-sport champion status this weekend. This fight was kind of set up at the events of One Fight Night 6 in January. Rodtang was supposed to fight in a kickboxing fight with Daniel Puertas, who ended up getting promoted into the vacant title fight after the title was made vacant by the champion, the former champion Elias Anahachi. So Superlek ended up fighting Puertas instead. He obviously beat him to become the champion, setting up his fight with Rodtang. My camera's gone out of focus. Come on. There you go. It's an absolute banger of a fight. I do wish it was under Muay Thai and not kickboxing. Just personal preference. I prefer to watch Muay Thai over kickboxing. But it's still going to be a great fight. Whether Superlek, whose nickname, if you aren't familiar, is the Kicking Machine, great nickname, whether he can keep Rodtang at range and pick him off, or whether Rodtang can make it into a war and close that distance, it is going to be a great fight. And I would love to see them do it in Muay Thai somewhere down the line, because it's a great matchup. The co-main event, you've got another title fight. It is the women's atomweight Muay Thai World Championship. Alicia Helen Rodriguez has been gone for 3 years, I believe. We've only seen her once in One Championship, which is pretty crazy. She debuted back in 2020, and sorry, my camera is going all kinds of funky. There you go. She dethroned Stamp Fairtex on her debut. If you know anything about One Championship, you know that is not easy to do. And then gave birth to her first child, so took some time off. And in that meantime, the atomweight kickboxing world champion Janet Todd claimed the interim title, so she is technically a two-sport world champion, but obviously this will be her opportunity to become a full two-sport world champion when she takes on Alicia Helen Rodriguez, who I am really excited to see back in there after that first performance all those years ago against Stamp Fairtex. This should be another absolute banger. Elsewhere on the card, the other big matchup is in the women's atomweight MMA division between Itsuki Hirata and Ham Seo-hee. These two were supposed to fight last year in December, I believe. December or November, 163, whenever that was. Itsuki Hirata ended up missing weight, and Ham Seo-hee declined the catchweight contest. So I'm glad that this one has been rescheduled. This is a great matchup between one of the most experienced fighters in the division, Ham Seo-hee sitting at the number 2 ranking, and Itsuki Hirata, who is probably the biggest prospect in the division. She suffered her first loss rather, last year, rebounded with a win, and this is a big step up, her biggest fight to date. Whoever wins will guarantee themselves a title shot against Angela Lee at some point. So big stakes in this matchup, and like I said, I'm glad that it got rebooked because I think that the division needs this. Elsewhere on the card, there's 2 strawweight striking contests that I've got an eye on. You've got the strawweight Muay Thai contest between Daniel Williams and Portugal's Rui Botelho. Daniel Williams is a really fun fighter to watch compete. A lot of people will know him for his Muay Thai contest against Rodtang, which was his debut. Since then, he's been competing in MMA and looking pretty good, to be honest. But this is his return to Muay Thai, and he always puts on fun fights. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for the strawweight kickboxing contest that takes place right after that between, well, I'm going to try and do this guy's name. This is the one issue with covering one championship. Terepchi Dongak. We'll go with it. He's taking on Zhang Paiman, who challenged Jonathan DeBella for the vacant title last time out. He lost that fight. Jonathan DeBella produced an incredible comeback in the final round, but I was really, really impressed by Zhang. So I'm very excited to see him back in there and see how far he can go in one championship, because he looked great on that night. Just an incredible comeback from Jonathan DeBella. Also want to point out, kicking off the night, the first fight of the night, at least at the moment, you've got a very exciting submission grappling debut. A lot of One Championship fans will be familiar with Mikey Musumeci, Darth Rigatoni, the Flyweight submission grappling world champion. One of the best no-gi grapplers on the planet, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, one of the best female submission grapplers in the world is his older sister, Tammy Musumeci, who is going to be debuting on this card. I should say it's going down in Singapore. Don't know if I said that already. But she's going to be taking on Bianca Basilio, another one of the world's best grapplers. So if you've got some time, tune in early for some submission grappling, because it's going to be very, very high level. And then a ton of great striking contests. Like I said, that MMA contest between Itsuki Hirata and Ham Seo-hee is the other one to really keep an eye on, but plenty of good striking here to be digested. We'll go with that. Thank you for checking out this video. Enjoy the fights. Make sure you go on YouTube and check them out. And like I said, leave a like if you want to see me do another video on this event once it has happened. Recap everything that happened. And just for more One Championship content. I'll see you on the next one.